say you have a customer that goes, yeah, I could lease, but I can also buy. Would you still say, like they used to say, buying is the gold standard because your rate's the same? And, would you still recommend that right now versus leasing if you have the ability to buy it, but, that's only if you have those means?
Yeah, so that's the most frequent question that our team gets around the country is it better to purchase or to lease my space? And the answer is yes. It might be better to lease, it might be better to purchase. So there is no one right answer for everybody. So it depends on a lot of different things like available inventory. If you're in downtown Manhattan, that's going to be different than if you're in Oklahoma or Alabama, or maybe a market where there's a lot more buildings or land available. It's also going to be dependent on access to capital. What are the banks going to require that you put down? How is that going to affect your cash flow? What options are there? Good viable options in the market? What's your exit strategy? Do you think you want to be in this for 3 years or 5 years or 20 years? If it's 3 or 4 or 5 years, I don't think you should probably be looking at buying something right now, because it's going to take you a while before you start to have any upside on the equity, purchase cost, the upfront cost. And so there's a lot that goes into it. Our team will do, like when we're doing a client that just wants a lease, we have a document that puts up to 4 leases side by side that shows them lease payment, annual escalations, down payment requirements, the tenant improvement allowances, if they're borrowing any kind of money, what the financing costs look like. We have something that shows them all in, parking, signage, visibility, everything side by side. We'll do 4 properties side by side for them. Then we have another document that shows them a purchase versus lease. So you might have a scenario where I could lease this space or I could purchase this space. I want to see what that's going to look like, what my upfront costs are, what my tax implications are, what can I write off, what can be depreciated, how does that impact my bottom line, what check am I going to have to cut every single month on a lease versus a purchase? And then once I do my taxes, what does that look like? But then after 10 years, what kind of equity am I going to have in this building if I own it versus if I'm just leasing? I don't have any benefit after 10 years, but I might be in a way better retail center, or I might be on First and Main versus 2 or 3 streets removed, right? So I'm in commercial real estate, but I'm going to be the first to tell you, don't ever put your real estate ahead of your business. I think you should invest in commercial real estate. I do think it should be a part of your portfolio. I don't think it needs to be the same commercial real estate as your business is in. It'd be great if it is, but if the option isn't there and the financing and the cash flow doesn't work and the available inventory, like you would have to be 2 or 3 streets removed from Main Street, I would say lease your business space and then go buy some commercial real estate somewhere else. Let that be your investment. They don't necessarily have to be the same business or the same property, because again, I have a lot of people that will come and they'll say, I own my house, I would never want to lease my commercial real estate. I just want to buy it. And it's like, well, commercial is very different than residential. I suggest you own your house. And if you can own your commercial, that's great, but don't do it at the detriment. You can make a lot more money on your business than what your commercial property is going to grow in terms of value. So focus on your business, put your business first. And if there's a great option to buy, you should do that. We'll help you do that. But if there's not, don't hold out for a purchase option. Go get that lease and get your business started and start doing that.